Hi, welcome to another edition of Antique Radio Archaeology. Today we're going to get started on a Crosley 51 regenerative receiver. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, didn't we just do one? Well, yes we did, but this one is actually the black panel version that I referred to in the other video. The only difference is, of course, the face, but internally they're the same radio. However, this one has a few condition issues that need to be addressed, so it's going to be a little bit of a difference in the way we go about restoring this one. Also, this one does have a bad transformer in it, so we are going to fix that. But I'm going to use a different technique this time to fix that transformer, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But initially, you'll notice that it is missing some parts. I'm missing a couple of knobs, the selector switch, and I'm also missing a couple of terminals. I do have those parts. I was able to scrounge them together over time, and now I'm ready to get started on this restoration. Now, one of the things that's a little different about this one is this one has a wiring harness. Now, I believe I mentioned in the other one that that is a capability of this radio. You can wire in a harness internally, and that's why they provide the hole in the back. And this one does have it, but I think I'll probably wind up removing it because, quite frankly, I don't like dealing with them. But here it is. We're going to go ahead and get started. So as you can see, it does have some condition issues. Mainly the case on it is in pretty rough shape. These wires probably aren't very usable, so that will facilitate me getting rid of those. Now, okay, that's loose. But I think everything's intact. I do know the transformer is bad. I did test that. I don't know the condition of the tube. There's only one of the 199 tubes here. Okay, I can't get that socket out. Oh, that one comes out real easy. Yeah, I'll have to play around with that a little bit. No big deal. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take this thing apart. I'm going to refinish the cabinet, clean everything up, clean up that face, and get her all back together. So let's go ahead and get started on that. These are nice to have if you don't have one. Capacitor seems to be moving freely. This, of course, is alright. So like I said, everything seems to be in pretty good shape. So just a matter of pulling this thing all apart. Now I gotta figure out what in the heck is going on here. Why won't this? Ah, that's why. The pin is caught underneath there. There we go. It's the little things. Okay, wiring harness done. Okay, so this is that book capacitor. Basically all it is, it's two plates separated by a piece of mica. So that's the page of the book. I've got to be very careful with that. I don't want to damage it. Alright, so I'm going to get ready to put these in the sonic washer. I should be able to immerse this whole thing. That's why I removed the coil from it. This can go in there as well. These will not. And neither will that. So all that can go in the washer. Now what I like about it is it's shiny, but it still has that grain that you can see going across. So it's not really shiny shiny, it's just shiny enough to kind of set it off. So I have to say this is one of the easiest radios to work on. It really is. So if you're just getting started in this hobby, this is definitely one that you want to get a hold of and start with if you can. Okay, so all the parts are cleaned up. The cabinet still needs restoration work on it. The transformer still needs repaired. But the rest of this I can start putting back together. So that's where we're at right at the moment. Alright, so for reassembly I'm going to go ahead and start with this book capacitor. Get this thing reassembled. transformer wires. So the last thing I need to put in here is the transformer itself, so that I'll have to wait on. As you know, I've got a problem here. There's my primary, there's my secondary. Secondary is open. So I know this transformer is bad. Now on the other Model 51, I took one of these, which is a PT431 transformer core, and I put it inside, soldered the leads, and recreated the transformer. So, works great. However, I'm going to do something a little different this time. You know, we got to kind of step it up a bit. This here is a prototype. It is called the SST, Solid State Transformer. And basically, all it is, it's a little Darlington pair with some resistors and capacitors to allow for the coupling and the impedance matching. And this little device here replicates a transformer. So I'm going to go ahead and instead of using one of these, I'm going to use this. And we're going to give that a shot. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So that's no longer good. Alright, so unlike a regular transformer, polarity matters. The grid has to be on S1 on this, and my A minus has to be on this one. So those are in there correctly. Now on this one, my plate has to be on P1. Plate's down here, and my B plus is down here, which has to be on P2. So I got to make sure those are oriented correctly. So now I just need to glue these in place. Okay, so everything's in place. Alright, so That's it. Transformer's done. Alright, so we know it works, the 201A tubes. I have some 199s here. Now before I do that, what I have to do is I have to adjust this for 3 volts. Now just go ahead and turn that back on. Okay, so my A voltage is now down to 3 volts. Go ahead and put it in there. Okay, I've got those in there. So here it is with the 199 tubes.
Here's the lineup. We got the Dorsey brothers, Tommy and Jimmy, on a couple of their better-known oldies. Johnny Mercer's latest, a real classic by Larry Clinton and Dee Wayne. That's a lot of music to cram into a little bit of time, so let's get on the ball with Tommy Dorsey's Who.
So there you have it, fully restored Crosley 51 with a solid state transformer. So that concludes yet another episode of Antique Radio Archaeology. Now I just know that this modification is going to rub some people wrong. I mean, putting a solid state board inside of a 1920s transformer is definitely not everybody's cup of tea. Now, the one reason why I wanted to do this is, first of all, I wanted to try it out. I got somebody that is making these boards, and it was just an experiment, and I'm very impressed on how this thing works. Now, I've actually had this thing running for many, many, many hours, and it's still running great, so I have no qualms at all doing this to other radios. But if you're a purist and this really bothers you, just understand that, I can always put one of these back into the transformer, or I can get a replacement transformer. But the thing of it is, transformers for 1920s radios are the biggest issue that we have in doing these restorations. I mean, unless you have the equipment to rewind your own or know somebody that can do it, then yeah, you're just kind of out there. So this is an option, and just wanted to present it. So I hope everybody has a great day. Happy restorations, everybody. Hope to see you again next video.